Welcome back to the break room. Ahead of the Secret Invasion finale, we have combed through Reddit to find some theories about how the show will end, and we're going to go through them now. We're going to judge them.
Why did you refuse to say annals?
Well, I was also avoiding speaking of myself in the third person. While we go through all of these theories for any of you live stream watchers on Twitch, feel free to drop your little predictions into the chat, and maybe we'll get to some of those. But first, we're going to the internet.
God, why?
We're diving in. So, here we go. Just another oddball on Reddit said, I had high hopes for Beto. The way that it was being set up, I thought that he would be the one to take out Gravik in the end. That's not really a prediction.
No.
But
he did put an emoji of this face.
Meh.
In an early episode of Scroll Search, R.I.P.,
Yep.
I definitely called out Beto as someone who has like a secret agenda. Something else was going on. He was
Technically,
I was a little redeemed on that. I would also called out Rhodey being a scroll from episode 1. Let the record.
would have
show.
loved to scene where Beto is like talking to another.
He's in
scroll.
Texas, getting ready to run.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
he's talking to another scroll, being like, "This Gravik guy sucks."
Yeah, it seemed like because he was playing so dumb and seemed so like, ooh, goofy.
Oi, mate, don't you think this Gravik guy's gone a little too far?
Yeah, like
Maybe we bash his brains
Exactly
in.
what I want.
too on the nose. But if this was his big plan of like, oh, well, I did like the plastic bag, all very cute. I mean, maybe have a gun or something. Guns seem to work all right against
He's got Extremis.
Yeah, but if you shoot him enough time. So does Extremis not work?
You're right. How does Guy Pearce
just
die in
suffocate
Iron Man
someone?
3? Does he just blow him up?
He blows up.
All right.
And I believe it's Gwyneth Paltrow who blows him up.
Smart. Thank you, Gwen.
And then she kills him.
One of the best.
Sniff this candle.
But yeah, so let's say you're Gravik and you're being suffocated by a plastic bag.
Yes, and I can turn my limbs into tree trunks.
Yeah.
I would kill everyone.
Could you also, this is my question, could you shapeshift so that your head's now your feet and your feet's now your head? Can you just move everything
Oh,
like
that's
that?
fun.
That's how the scrolls
Well, they
work.
could become filing cabinets, okay? So let's not get
in the
into
comics, but in the MCU,
We've
can they
seen a lot of
become-
filing cabinets in the MCU.
You're right.
We're not sure
All
that they
scrolls.
were
1 million scrolls. 1 million
scrolls.
scrolls, and they're all filing
And
cabinets.
they're all filing cabinets, baby.
Okay.
Can I derail for a second?
Please.
I'm going to be a little more accountable and just admit I'm going to derail this. How long do you think the episode's going to be?
The final episode?
31 minutes.
I think it'll be...
Really, or are you trolling?
I'm a little trolling.
I'm coming in at 42.
I like 47.
And we're saying the number you see because that
Yeah,
includes a lot of
including the
credits.
credits.
They've gotten shorter, each one. One went up and then it went back down.
God, I want it to be in the 50s, though. They have so much left to do. I felt like Falcon and Winter Soldier did that. Like, that last episode was like 34 minutes long. It was like, there's a lot to resolve here.
Fury's going to walk into New Scrollos. He's got his collar flipped.
Yeah.
He's going to demand to see Gravik. Guy is going to sneak up behind him, murder him, and then the show's over. Boom.
We're going to get that shot of the room
22 minutes.
with all the...
Yeah, they'll let
people
everyone
in
go.
pods.
They'll hug it
People in
out.
pods. Now, what we have not seen in the show yet is the shot in the trailer of Gaia cradling someone who we all assumed...
I think that's a cut.
Yeah, that's what I mean. We all assumed it was Talos.
Yeah.
But so they cut that out of the... Not now. So they cut that out of the show, but to what end?
Yeah.
So there was an element of her in that battle at some
Yeah,
point?
it's interesting. They would imply that she was there the
She
whole
was
time.
there.
And so, because when we were watching that episode together, I was waiting for one of the soldiers to transform
turn into
into
her.
Guy, because I was like, oh, she's there somewhere.
Which makes me think
And they
that
never-
conversation that she had with her father before that was added in post. Because like the way
maybe a reshoot?
because I always thought that was so weird. The
Is
way
it?
it was cut where it's like
Bad scene.
Gravik or Talos calls her and she's like, there's this machine or whatever. And he's like, get out, you gotta get out of there. And then she does and she gets shot. And then they have a scene where they're like talking. And after, once again, she seemed to go to his side. She's like, you can't protect anyone. I'm out of here. And it's like, what was the point of all this?
Yeah.
I don't understand.
We do know that the show brought on a new writer
Right.
to rewrite elements of the show, and I believe there were like 4 months of reshoots for this show.
Yeah.
So that would be a fun task to go through after the season is over
Figure
and be
out
like, this feels like it was
What did they
reshot,
change?
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot, to your point, Tommy, there is a lot. It seems like they need to wrap up, but also not. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, they probably won't wrap it all up, and it'll probably leave.
This isn't going to be the end of the Skrulls.
I actually think the most dangerous person to come out of this show is going to be Christopher McDonald's real human form, who is now going to go beyond his parody of Fox News and become an Alex Jones crazy person, because he literally was abducted by aliens.
Right.
So now I think that we're going to see him in future titles. Like
Him and J.K. Simmons.
like possibly
J. Jonah Jameson
Brave New World, where we're going to see like a InfoWars style.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. The way
They'll team up. They should team up.
That would be great. Christopher McDonald and J.K. Simmons being like two insane
Conspiracy theorists,
pretending to be
podcasters.
real journalist people like me.
like it.
All right, let's get back on track. Dr. Randall Savage.
So I'm realizing that the first sentence I read was not a prediction, because this was a two-parter.
Oh,
It was
okay.
a two-parter. So the first part was I had high hopes for Beto. The way it was being set up, I thought that he would be the one to take out Gravik, and then Dr. Randall Savage replied, Gravik's killed both of Gaia's parents, and tried to kill her in cold blood. No way anyone else kills him. Plus, they both have extremis. Fury will probably kill Scrody. How do you feel about that? That Gaia will be the one to kill Gravik.
kill Gravik?
We also, what the fuck's going on with Soren? Is she actually dead?
Yeah, that might just be, she really is. I feel like, to me, even though it's not leading directly to this movie, Brave New World has something to do with this post-Secret Invasion world. That's what I want it to be. I want this show to be big enough that the movie Captain America 4 is titled Brave New World because of a change that has occurred. Things can never go back to the way they were because of this episode. That's my hope. I'm sure I'll be disappointed because life is full of disappointment.
I want the Hollywood Reporter article on Wednesday morning announcing Olivia Colman joining the cast of Brave New World.
Yeah.
That would be great.
That'd be
Yeah,
great.
I mean, I'm suspicious of her character too a little bit.
Sonya?
Right? Sonya Falsworth has been shown in both red dresses, different styles of red dresses, and then green and purple.
Sure.
A lot. These last couple episodes, she's always in green and purple. Very interesting. I don't
She
know.
did
like,
just kill a scroll.
right, but we know that Skrulls kill Skrulls. That happens.
You're right.
You know, Talos didn't like to do it, but everyone else loves to do it. He was the only Skrull who didn't like to kill other
This show
Skrulls.
has been kind of teaching the lesson to the audience that it doesn't matter when scrolls die.
Yeah.
That when they were at the compound trying to kill that guy with the nuclear codes or whatever,
They
just
shot every
killed
other guard
a
there.
ton of scrolls.
And they're like, don't worry, they all must be Skrulls because he's a Skrull. And it's like, okay, I hope they change.
Oh no, that one didn't change.
Oh God, it didn't change.
All right, so let's go down the list.
Yeah.
Gaia kills Gravik, yes or no?
I think Gravik dies. Yes. I mean, there was a theory for a while that like Soren was Gravik. I don't know. There's been a lot of in a show where Skrulls can be anything. It's tough to trust because we hadn't seen Gravik turn yet.
Yeah, we finally saw
mainly
him
because
as-
no actor in the show wanted to put on that makeup.
Yeah.
We did, we finally
did
saw him in
see
this
him
last
turn.
episode. I will say, I don't think they can do another bad guy twist.
Right.
We got the Rhodey bad guy twist
Sure.
halfway through the season.
Yeah.
And it's, for me, I've been a little bit like, okay, well, so he's still reporting to Gravik? He's
Yeah.
not higher than Gravik?
Well, then would the most obvious thing be Sonya Falsworth as Soren?
yeah,
right?
that'd be interesting.
Because it's
Could
like
be, but Nick Fury's known it for so long.
right, but hiding
I
in
don't
plain sight. You know, it's like
Well,
she's got to. The only way it makes sense for me, in my opinion, to have her come back and be alive in the last episode is if she's been hiding in plain sight.
Because you got to wonder, why the fuck would she be hiding? Her husband just died.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, does she know about that? Is she were they divorced for some reason? Like,
Right.
I don't know. Do you think Talos actually believed that she was dead? Maybe he was telling a lie to convince Gaia to come to a different side.
I don't know.
Who knows? All I know is that Gravik's gonna be dead by the end of tomorrow night.
Okay.
Illegal M word that I'm not gonna say out loud.
It sounds like you.
M
Thank you. As in Molly.
word.
Yes. Okay. You made it sound way worse.
Also not
by
good.
trying to be nice.
Yeah.
You know,
They say,
yep. Derail you again here. In Pop Warner football, there are
Yeah, you're
an
right.
entire league
Yeah.
named with this word that starts with an M and implies to a stature that I would say is the opposite of tall. Look at us. Look at us being so
Wordsmith.
sensitive.
Tommy can say it. Just cut to only his camera when he says it.
Yeah. Meech. Meechy. But no, but that was fine for like into the 90s. People were like,
is it still set up that way?
I don't know. I'm gonna call someone.
Let's get to the theater.
Let's pause the stream. I'm gonna call my old Pop Warner coach.
Great.
Do you guys anyone know how to call hell?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Hank. This person says, I'm guessing the non-extremist Skrulls will rise up to save the day. So there's what? A couple thousand Skrulls maybe living in this compound, but there's 1 million on Earth.
Maybe.
This person's suggesting that all of these Skrulls come out of the woodwork.
Bless you.
And rise up to save the day. That feels a little Deus Ex Machina to me.
Yeah.
But I do think we haven't seen the impact of there being 1 million Skrulls on the planet.
No.
Other than Fury like getting upset.
Well, and like if most of them are just living as humans somewhere, because we have to assume most of them are not in one of these compounds.
Right.
We don't even know if there's other compounds.
Get this freaking dog off the set. Whose dog is this?
You embrace the dog
outta here.
with a lot of fervor.
This dog is the Skrull.
I don't know. You know, it's been really interesting in the MCU of establishing these refugee camps of people playing soccer.
Yeah.
They've done it like 5 shows in a row now. It's this weird little thing they love doing.
I was hearing people, the chatter at the beginning when the show was first coming out, people were like, the Skrulls are just the Flag Smashers.
That's what I was hoping they would reveal, that it was like the Flag
the
Smashers.
GRC or whatever. No, not the GRC. The Americans Against Russia.
Yeah, the AAR.
It feels like another Flag Smashers group where it could have been
and
Gravik.
like you don't even have to have super soldiers here. They're just strong. Like, it just makes sense.
Yeah.
I wish they had revealed that. Or another large organization that seems to have a lot of people be Skrulls. Like, oh yeah, all the men following the Moon Knight guy, they were Skrulls too. We have like, I love the idea of like Skrulls just infiltrate every cult because they need a place to live. They're like, we'll be
we'll live in your.
We'll be part of Heaven's Gate. Yeah, whatever. We'll kill ourselves for Haley's Comet.
We're all part of Nexium.
Yeah. Nexium.
Skrulls love volleyball.
All Skrulls.
Okay, I've got a bunch of predictions from username Sue Impact. Let's go quick. This first one, Fury's wife dies protecting Fury.
I don't think protecting Fury. I think if she dies protecting Gaia.
Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Or dies for like the Skrull cause.
Yeah.
Something.
Okay. 99% of Skrulls end up betraying Gravik and seeing the error of their ways. It feels like it's already happening a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I love the retcon of Skrulls, or the twist of Skrulls in the MCU being presented as like nice initially, and not like these evil, maniacal villains, which is what they mostly are in the comic books. I'm ready for the evil Skrulls to rise up and like really, really own it. Now, I do like the twist of like, you know, we had reference to Emperor Droge or whatever, the people following Droge.
Yeah.
I would love the reveal that like Droge is nice and has figured it out, and like they're like, hey, Million Skrulls, we can go live on this planet.
Have a planet.
Yeah, we can go to Clendafi. I know it's a Starship Troopers planet, but we're taking it.
We forgot to send the text.
Sorry. We've been having so much fun.
I had your number 1 digit wrong in my phone, and I've been texting.
I told Gravik, did he not tell you guys?
This is uncomfy.
That would be funny if Gravik actually did know that there was a Skrull planet, and he was just like, but I could be a maniac on Earth.
Right.
All right, here's the next one. Everyone who was supplanted is rescued.
Okay.
This makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But we don't spend any time with them, and we'll never find out when Rhodey got taken over. I think they've gotta tell us.
I mean, here's the thing. I think they have to tell us when Rhodey was taken over, and I think they don't.
You don't think they will?
I don't think they will.
Oh, man.
I think someone didn't think, they're like, should we explain this? And they're like, no one cares. And like, they're gonna go with that.
He's just gonna crawl out of
They're
his
just
little
and they're gonna reveal it in a line
crappy
drop
pod.
in, Echo or something like that.
Sure.
It'll be a Lego toy release.
Yeah, I don't know.
Rhodey, who turned into a Skrull on Halloween of 2017.
I mean, if they do reveal that, though, do they have the guts to make it before Tony dies?
I think they'll do post Endgame.
Okay.
I do.
I mean,
this bummer.
Scrody doesn't seem like someone who would go through all the paces of Endgame.
You're right.
Scrody would be like,
right.
I'll stay in the car. Thanks.
Hey, my legs aren't working again.
Oh, whoopsie.
Right, because Skrull Rhodey does have a different personality.
Oh, yeah.
Rhodey. So, I don't know if he's just mimicking that during Infinity War and Endgame. Probably not, because he's speaking this way in front of Fury, who he thinks doesn't know his identity.
Right.
Anyways. Okay, Gravik injects himself with so many superpowers that he implodes. Basically what happened to the villain from Iron Man 3. Yeah, Killian. He's just gonna super scroll the
He
shit out
over
of
super
himself.
scrolls himself. I mean, it's possible, I guess.
I don't dies by their own hand.
Yeah, I think he gets killed.
I think Gaia has to kill him, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense.
They get 50 plastic bags.
Now, do we think Gaia has more than one
power?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the question, right? Because there was a thing. There were multiple screens up when she hits it, but I think it was implied that she just got Extremis. But like, could there be others in there? I don't know. Does Sam Jackson give her the harvest and let her get all the powers? She can take over.
Is the harvest even the harvest?
What power is most beneficial from the harvest?
You want Scarlet Witch, right?
But do you get Scarlet Witch's power? Is it in her DNA that you get chaos magic powers?
If I could be a Nexus being just from drinking some blood, I would do it.
You also, like, just because you get her powers, you have to learn how to control them.
If they got Thor's blood, then she'd basically be a demigod, right?
Yeah, I guess. But again, is it like, you would just get Asgardian DNA. I don't know if you would get the full dose of, like, the power, which is, like, given to you divinely.
We're going to get all these answers tomorrow night.
They're going to explain it. There's going to be a 45-minute sequence where they sit down and be like, okay, let's answer some questions from the audience.
That's good.
All right.
Come on, guys. You can do it. Land this bird. Give us what we deserve tomorrow.
Okay, this one's cute. It makes sense. Gaia becomes the new Skrull Queen and takes all of the Skrulls with her to space to actively find a new home. I want it 2x2.
2x2. I mean, how do they get a million Skrulls off the planet? Also, some Skrulls ain't gonna go.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we're not gonna go.
There's some Skrulls that are like living
how did you
good.
get a million Skrulls on the planet?
Well, I think it's been implied that I'm filling in all the holes for Marvel. You're welcome. I'm filling in all of Marvel's holes.
Hey.
It's implied that they've been coming like on little ships here and there. There's probably been
no one noticed.
Yeah, some trafficking thing going on. And again, I think a lot happens during the blip, right? A lot is going on during the blip.
That's a very good point.
People aren't watching space. Yeah. Things are coming in and out. Baba booey. They change into chickens. They come in on a chicken truck. It's fine.
You can bring a few Skrulls to the world as a treat. Speaking of treats, we want to thank today's sponsor.
Oh, do we have this prepared?
Yes. Are you tired of your lame local snacks? I know I am. I don't give a rat's butt about local snacks. Sure, it's fun to eat savories and sweets of your youth, but there's a whole world out there with tasty treats.
Oh, okay.
Which is exactly what a Treats snack subscription box is for, okay? With Treats, every month you get a different box of snacks from a different country. Italy, Brazil, the UK, Poland, Indonesia, Malaysia. The world is your oyster, and baby, that oyster is delicious. This month we're snacking on a box from our neighbors to the south, Mexico. Now, as we've said before,
it's flying in right now.
Oh, thank you. Look at this box. We, as we said in a previous stream, living in the Southland, we are privy to some of these snacks. But, you know, they're the Americanized version. You know, they kind of, they know we're not ready to handle all these wonderful flavors. They take it easy on us. Not this, not with treats. You get the real deal Holyfield. We've got, this is a Carlos 5, okay? Carlos 5 with a fancy little king on it. And it is a milk chocolate style bar.
When you get this little handy sheet, too, which gives you all the details about your treats. That Carlos 5 chocolate bar was named after Carlos V, the king of chocolates.
Whoa!
It's been a staple chocolate bar in Mexico since the 70s.
Now we've got Takis, which I love. You like Takis?
Never heard of them.
Bullshit.
Never heard of them.
You serious, Clark?
Little sticks that have flavor?
You've never heard of Takis?
No, I like a Taki.
I want you to try this and tell me.
Is it going to be spicy for
if
me?
this tastes like a Taki?
Spicy.
Look how white I am.
It'll be a little spicy.
All right, good.
Come on. Try this Taki and say, it doesn't have, is this...
Now this has Japanese style peanuts in here, which I always thought were Japanese, but I guess they're not.
I love a Taki. Hey, to try treats for yourself, click the link below and use the code THEBreakroom, all one word, to get 15%.
Can we fly in a Coke Zero? My mouth is on fire.
Order. It's not that spicy.
Read that coffee clean. Sorry, go back.
To try treats for yourself, click the link below and use code THEBreakroom, all one word, to get 15% off your order. Save yourself some money. You're going to eat food anyways. You might as well get some interesting stuff.
Eat some food.
Sorry, I didn't want to not get the code that will save people money because I'm screaming about my mouth being on fire.
You ate the
I ain't
tacky.
getting. What? I know. I'm taking accountability, but I'm not stopping the behavior. That's what men do. We admit the wrong, and then we continue to do it.
Smart.
Here's my loving fence. I'm gonna do whatever I want. Post-credit scene is a scene from the Marvels. This is another prediction.
Okay. Okay, it was
We
hot.
getting
It was spicy. The shot from the trailer with Captain Marvel on board Saber Space Station. I don't remember that shot, if I'm being honest, but okay.
No, I think this is them predicting the post-credits.
Yeah, but they say the shot from the trailer, which I don't know. Whatever. They're predicting that the post-credit scene for Secret Invasion is just the Marvel post-credit scene. It has nothing to do with Secret Invasion. Similar, I guess, to the Loki.
You're the man.
The Loki post-credit scene in Quantumania, which just kind of felt like,
Sure.
oh, here's a clip from Loki season 2.
Right.
Post-credit scene.
This is warm.
I think it's probably. Okay.
I'm just kidding.
I think the post-credit scene is probably just Nick going back to the Saber.
I would think so. I mean, there's a lot of timeline questions I have, especially with like the end of the end of Miss Marvel. We see the sequence where Carol and Kamala switch places, and Carol winds up in the room. Now we know.
I don't think that's happened yet.
No, that hasn't happened yet, and that's taking place during the Marvels movie.
Yeah, probably.
I assume we see that in the Marvels movie, right? So we have all of this. So Miss Marvel happens, the main show. Then we have the events of Secret Invasion, and then the post-credit scene from Miss Marvel happens during the Marvels.
Feels right.
That feels about right? So some time is passing. We don't really know when Secret Invasion is taking place. We pretty much assume most of the MCU is in real time. Not real time, but in their own real time, because they're still a couple years ahead of us. They're in 2026
So, hey, maybe
now.
Disney's orchestrating this strike so that the timeline of the world.
They might be trying to close the gap.
They can't. Bob Iger doesn't understand that times can be different in movies and TV than they are in the real world.
Really
It's like,
frustrated.
it's got to make sense.
I think the post-credit scene of the show indicates that there is still Skrulls out there that we don't know about. That they can slow play the reveal of some people over time. Now, it would be great to get a big name at the very end.
I think, we had talked about that. Like, maybe there'll be a screen.
Yeah, there could be a screen. I mean, this room with the bodies.
OT Fekbenele is not a good enough cameo for this show. Yeah. I don't know if I want to talk to you.
Do they reveal? Is the post-credit scene like Maria Hill waking up in her casket?
If Maria Hill is still alive, I'm going to be so mad.
Yeah.
I'm going to be so mad.
What are the odds on that, you think?
Odds of Maria Hill still being alive.
There's a lot of chatter on the internet.
I genuinely believe it's 0.
What a strange hill to die on.
They already did the Gaia death fake out.
Right.
I just don't think that they could do Maria Hill death fake out.
Yeah. I saw a theory online that. Sorry to cut you off.
No, you're good.
I saw a theory online that Gaia will take the form of Maria Hill to get Nick off.
They don't want to pay Emilia Clarke her fee, but Kobe Smolder's fee is a little bit less.
She's been getting that special guest star fee every episode.
They keep showing her getting blasted in the stomach with a gun.
I know.
And then she gets like a guest star check.
Yeah.
Although I'm sure they negotiated a low fee because the studios are greedy. But I think it's going to be Nick Fury looking at now awake Rhodey. Regular Rhodey, OG Rhodey, and he's gonna go, "I'm Nick Fury. Even though I was in, I'm out now." And then he goes.
And Rhodey's like, "I don't know what you're talking about."
He's like, "The other you would have thought that was hilarious."
All right, a couple more here. This is from Joshua Watt 27. They say Gaia and Gravik are gonna do a Super Skrull punchy, while Fury and others raid the Skrull compound and free the captive humans. Rhodey will be released and do an exposition like Where Am I? Last thing I remember is being in Marvel Studios' Avengers Endgame. I think this is probably relatively true.
Yeah.
Feels like Gaia versus Gravik is going to be a central conflict.
Yeah.
And it's maybe going to be Nick kind of trying to get everyone out of there or do some
doing all the dirty work.
Yeah, we know he's not gonna die. I mean, I guess he could die and some Skrull takes over as Fury going forward.
He's got a lot of graves.
He's dug a lot of graves.
Afterlife care is very expensive.
Yeah.
And I just feel for his bank account.
You
for how many
pay cash up front.
headstones he's had to purchase.
I mean, he was in the middle of the woods in Finland. I don't think he's paying a lot.
I don't know. They're expensive. Especially one that goes.
That's the price.
That has.
That's how they get you.
A bunch of DNA.
Yeah.
And
Also,
maybe from a bunch of different people. Maybe from one person. Maybe not even DNA.
He's got the Okie cookie of the Avengers.
Yeah.
Now, here's
It's
the
a lot of
thing.
people.
Nick Fury definitely killed whoever made that gravestone, right? Because there's no way anyone else could know.
He's in his garage doing some masonry, trying to figure out how to.
He's got like a stone carver making a hydraulic lift system that will separate seamlessly for the monument to have the thing.
There's engineers.
The guy sets it up, and then Nick had to shoot him.
There's engineers at Sword and Shield and
They don't.
Saber.
Not that can be relied with the heart.
Do you think he just asked for one mausoleum thing and the guy made so many and he's like, I don't need all these.
I guess I'll put my eye
put the
patch
eye
in
patch
this
here,
one.
I'll put the
I'll put the gun in here.
Stack of hustlers in one.
You never know. You never know.
Okay, a couple more. World War III will be avoided. Yeah. And President Ritson will say, quote, your race did try to usurp humanity, but one died saving me, so it's all calm. However, he'll be like, damn, I sure did an oopsie by almost starting World War III, haha, and resign. I think so, yeah. There was a lot of questions after episode 4 about Ritson. We all assumed he was going to die because we know that we're going to get President Ross in... Brave.
I think Skrull Rhodey's still
Brave
gonna kill. I think Ritson's gonna. Skrull Rhodey's gonna kill Ritson.
I think Scrody killing Ritson.
I think Ritson just gets termed out and a well-known military figure runs a successful campaign for president.
Yeah, that's true. We don't know how long Ritson has been president for.
No. I think they did a whoopsies when the blip happened, and they were like, because if you're president and you get blipped and you come back, you'd be like, I want the rest of my time.
I think this is a good
reclaiming my time.
I'm reclaiming my time.
If you are president and the blip happens and you're on your 8th year, do you think that they kind of roll you into a 9th, 10th
Oh,
year?
like you're on year 8.
Yeah.
Almost through blip happens.
Blip happens.
They're like, stick around for
you didn't dust.
Well, no, because I think they didn't know anyone was coming back, right? So they're going to try and keep the government going.
They're going to do new elections.
You might delay the election a year and be like, we got to figure stuff out.
Do you guys think,
they do an election?
Do you guys think they had to redraft all the pro sports teams? Because they lost half their rosters.
That's like
all the TV shows had to have recastings. They're like, oh God, we can't. I mean, half of Full House has dusted themselves in real life now.
They're like, I don't like.
You know what? It would be similar to the West Wing episode after 9/11, where they address the blip, and it's very distasteful after watching it 5 years later.
Yeah, Grey's Anatomy dealt with COVID, and then they got rid of it. Didn't happen in our world. But
actually,
I think they would deal with the blip on like some of those shows.
Good point. I
want to see Bluey addresses the snap and the blip.
Yeah.
Oh, Nora, Mom, Dingo's gone. He's turned to dust, isn't he?
All right, a last one, and then we'll get to chat. Fury, having learned his lesson that being an absent husband and father figure isn't good, leaves everyone again to go back into space. Maybe he'll find them a home this time, but Nick Fury will return in Marvel Studios. The Marvels in cinemas. I'm not going to read.
Yeah, why are they making you promote a show?
That's promotion.
Why are they making you promote this?
Tommy, why don't you read that for us?
I'm not going to do it. November 10th is a great day, though, because it's my birthday, and I will reiterate that till the count.
Does that have anything to do with the Marvels or no?
No.
Oh, separate idea.
I'm promoting myself, which I can. I'm not crossing any union lines to say that I'm great. Now, I had a point that was important, but I did a joke instead. God, I hate that.
I do like the idea, though, that Nick Fury is willing to leave Earth under the auspice of being a bad dude. And like he's just like, I don't want to be on Earth anymore. I'll play the bad guy.
In the Marvels trailer.
Right.
That's the problem. I wish...
Because they love him in space. They love him.
I wish we didn't have the Marvels trailer out. I know they have to. Because now you know that the world is going to be put back together by the end of the show. Because it would be awesome if, like...
you cut to Kamala's house and it's like...
They're all smiling, but there's just Skrulls walking around the upstairs. Yeah. They zoom out a little further. There's 5 Skrulls holding them at gunpoint.
Oh yeah, that's the finale of the show. Is that like every American family has to take in a family of Skrulls, and they live in Jew.
Yeah,
they're your innies and outies, right? And like they go work your job, and you stay at home.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
It's like the show that shall not be named with 2 problematic creators. that rhymes with Dick and 40, where they have the night people or whatever. Like they have the people that they have their variants of them that do all their work for them.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, we had a great time. So glad I said that. Great reference. Great reference. All right, Ryan Painter says, do we see hulking in this show?
No.
Or the Marvels, or neither?
Neither. We won't see Hulkling for 4 years.
Someone said there's rumors that Hulkling will be in.
His name's Scar. We can't even call him Hulkling.
No. Different.
Oh, they're saying that this is Hulkling.
Hulkling is a
different
Skrull.
characters.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Hulkling is not Hulk's son, right?
No, they won't do Hulkling. If they're doing Scar, there's no way they
rumors that they were going to appear in Agatha. Hey.
Yeah.
Producer Evan wanted to include this, and I said no. But I'm going to talk about it now.
Here we are.
There were also some rumors that Chloe Bennett Quake would show up in this show.
Not.
I don't think Marvel Studios ever touches anything from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I really don't.
I mean, I did hear a fun theory that the person Nick Fury's talking to is Phil Coulson.
Oh, man, that would be great.
I mean, that would get a big pop. Is it brain reconstructed Phil Coulson, or is it a Skrull Coulson? I don't know.
Something.
But a Skrull Coulson would be fun.
I thought that the cameo from Mr. Black Widow was going to be If I had to cameo, it would have been Coulson.
That would have been a great cameo.
Yeah, if they bring in Quake, I think you're gonna have a large percentage of your audience go, who?
Yeah.
Right. And they just did that last episode.
Right.
I saw someone online being
I turned to my wife, I was like, eh? And she was like, who are you talking about?
I did have to do a Google. I was like, is this the person I remember from watching
Black
this
Widow?
movie 2 years ago?
Oh, man.
Okay, Sarah Hutchadorian says, can you pitch what random cameo, good timing, would be in the finale similarly to the guy from Black Widow?
Okay. Phil Coulson's great. I like that one. I mean, if they wouldn't do this, but like having like Robert Downey Jr. walk in, so a Skrull walking around Tony Stark would be a lot of great.
Oh my god!
I'll go back to my original pick in the Skrull search days. R.I.P. Happy Hogan. We get Happy Hogan come in. He's a Skrull. He's a good Skrull. He's always been a good Skrull. He was put in from the very beginning when Nick Fury wanted to have eyes on on Tony Stark.
Yeah.
And one of the extra Skrulls that came with Talos became Happy Hogan and has been a good dude the whole time. That's what I want for my finale cameo. And I think that would be great. He's revealed to be a Skrull, but he's a good Skrull. He's a good man.
Okay.
I want Trevor Slattery
to
come in because of his connection to Extremis. I want him to become the fall guy for any World War III, and it's the Mandarin is back, and then everyone is sort of like, yeah, but I thought that we had figured out that you weren't the guy, and it's just confusing.
Okay.
I like that. Who's due to return? How about the kid that helped Tony Stark in Iron Man 3?
Harley.
Sure, yeah, he was in Avengers Endgame.
Yeah,
so the kid's he's still saying yes to.
What if he
Marvel
was a
Studios.
Skrull the whole time?
He comes back as a Skrull. That's what you're saying.
What if he always was a Skrull?
Oh, okay.
That'd be.
He was planted there to put
work.
Tony on the right path.
I like that. Yeah, that's goofy. All right, your boy Jay. The finale for Secret Invasion will have 4 Skrulls spelled SCROLL.
No, they're saying these are ancient Skrulls.
So 4 Skrulls enhance themselves to Super Skrulls, and this will be our MCU Fantastic Four. I would probably kill myself. I would genuinely end it.
Well, I mean, don't be so grounded in your response, John. I think feel free to be over dramatic.
I'm fine with them doing that as long as like the Skrull. He picks stretchy powers. I don't know who they got the DNA from, but he picks it, and then he looks at a photo of Adam Driver, and he changes into Adam Driver.
Yes.
They all pick celebrities to look like.
Or he's just watching The Force Awakens. He's like, God, this guy's great. No,
this guy's got it.
Here's what they should do. The end of the show should be Nick Fury sending like 50 Skrulls to Sony Studios to have them all be the actors in the Spumsy.
Engraving.
So that, and it's Marvel retconning that none of the Spumsy movies count because they're all
Skrulls.
done by Skrulls.
I like it.
I would say, like, right, if we did this MCU Fantastic Four thing, you'd have to reveal that we were in, like, Earth 1810 or something like that. I don't know if that's a real Earth. All right, a couple more. GSU Eagle, will we see the return of the Skrull from the end of WandaVision? Good.
I hope so.
Yeah, I sort of thought
so.
that was going to end up being, when we saw no, that doesn't really make any sense. I was hoping that was Priscilla.
Right.
I didn't obviously
Mara
end
or
up
whatever.
being her. I don't think so. I think that this show forgot that happened.
Yeah, I would love to see that.
Every interview with directors of all of these shows are like, yeah, I didn't pay attention to any of the other stuff. I just did my own thing. So there's like no chance that Ali Salim watched WandaVision and was like, oh, I got to make sure I pay that off.
Right.
They're probably like, hey, can you watch the final episode of WandaVision? And he was like, absolutely not.
Now, if it ends,
I'm going to watch The Third Man for the 5th time.
if this show ends with like Nick Fury going back up to Saber and she's up there and she's like, welcome back, that would be great.
Sure.
And she's like, did you kill your wife? You promised we'd be together.
And then they start making out.
She doesn't suspect a thing. And it's like when Rob Lowe kisses Bo Derek and Tommy Boy and they pretend to be mother and son. I don't know why it's like that. It's actually not like that at all. That's it for us today, guys. John, you want to take us out? You did such a great job bringing us in.
Oh, make sure to give us on Twitch. Wait, hold on. This copy is written.
Evan, how much did you have to drink before you wrote this?
Hey, give us a follow here on Twitch at Breakroom NR, where we do these live. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the Breakroom channel on YouTube. Don't forget to also subscribe to New Rockstars. How many people do you think are subscribed to Breakroom that are not subscribed to?
I think a large percentage.
I think most of them reject the message of New Rockstars while embracing the message of the Breakroom.
Subscribe to Deep Dive. Yeah. We'll see you
and
later.
And much like Florida, one day the Breakroom will simply float away from New Rockstars and become its own island. And on that island, there are no rules, just fun, like an Outback Steakhouse. Because when you're there, you're family, like an Olive Garden. Welcome to the neighborhood, Applebee's. Goodbye!